Hello everyone, a very big welcome to today's video. If you are a first time viewer, I wanted to extend a big welcome to you in the first instance. My name is Gemma Lonsdale and I am a prophet, a speaker, an author. You can see my book over in the background there called Wisdom, Proverbs for Today, that you can pick up on Amazon. I am going to link it in the blurb below the video. If you are a returning viewer, it is so good to have you back. A very big welcome back to my content. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can keep abreast of anything new that does come through. But I really am pleased to be here with you today to share this information with you. So I have been given a prophecy on a US politician in close range to Trump. Okay, but it's not Trump. This is somebody that's in close range to him. Some form of baldness as well, which was a strange thing for me to be given, but there's something to do with being bald, or there's some baldness there. I don't know whether it's a shaved head, fully bald head. There's something to do with being bald, okay? I'm not being given a name for him. I don't think we're supposed to know necessarily who this is specifically until more information is divulged. It's almost like we are supposed to be curious and scratching our brains and becoming more invested in the politics and what's going on around that. However, what I am being told is that when this does come to fruition, what I'm going to share with you shortly, it is going to be front page headlines. And yes, I know that we very rarely read a paper newspaper these days, but it's the sort of thing that will be very, very prominent on the news, very talked about, big headlines, okay? Now, whenever I am seeing this person, and I wish that I could give you a lot more detail on what I'm being given here, but this is what I'm being given, so I want to share that as a minimum. I am seeing somebody who is in a situation, and bear in mind that whenever I'm given information and a vision is being painted for me, it's often painted in a way that is very symbolic, okay? I'm seeing someone here that is connected into a business person that is quite wealthy. So we have the wealthy business person as an example, or somebody that has money and means and has their own agenda, and then we have this politician that has their own agenda. The politician is eager to progress his career, and this businessman is interested in advancing his own agenda in some way. And what he is bringing to this person is money. He's coming with a wedge of money, but there's something I'm seeing where he wants words changed. If you can think, if there was maybe like a manifesto or a contract or something like that, and it's like, well, actually, I'm not happy about that bit. I want you to take that out. I want you to put this in instead. That's like the sort of the scenario that we're seeing here. A bit of a, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. So what this is about, I don't know, but it must be significant enough for it to come to the forefront and actually hit the newspapers and be such a significant headline. I think that there is corruption everywhere. It's not just within our political system, is it? There is a lot of corruption within the world, and we actually face it in our day-to-day lives as well. I can remember years ago whenever I was a teenager and my mum had taken me shopping and she was looking to buy me a dress. The dress that I wanted, she didn't want me to have. And of course, she was the one with the money. And she said, okay, well, I will get you a dress, but I'm not getting you that one. I'm going to get you this one. And of course, I felt powerless. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. We've all also been in the situation where we have, if you have like a grandchild or a child or a little kid, and you've said, oh, if you can be quiet, can you be quiet for me for just, can you keep it quiet? Or can you go to bed on time? Can you go to bed really nicely and have lots of sleeps? Or can you tidy your toys away? And if you do that, I'll give you some candy or sweets or chocolate, okay? Or I'll take you somewhere, we'll do something really exciting. We do those things, don't we? Okay, so stay with me. As we then move through our lives or our careers, we start to bend ourselves to fit with what is expected from us. So let's think you're going for a new position, and the recruiter that you're connected to that's putting you forward into, the position with this company, this organization, maybe says to you, I think you'll stand a much better chance if you take this bit off your CV or take this bit off your resume and actually put this in instead, and then say these words in an interview, and I think that you'll be a shoo-in. And you're thinking, well, it's not completely aligned to who I am, but I really want this job, so I'll do it. Or the influencer who is approached by a company that is prepared to pay her a lot of money, and she's not really that bought into the company or the product, but she's thinking, gosh, I could really do with that money. So she does the video and she promotes the thing that they're wanting to sell. Then we get to the stage where the politician is thinking, well, I really want to advance my career. This man is coming along with some money to put into the campaign. All I have to do is to change some little things. The corruption really starts from we're such a young age. The bribery, the you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And I think that, and I'm not saying that this is okay with what the politician has done. That's not what this is about. It's very wrong. But I think whenever we become aware of our own feelings as well as people, we can be a little bit more sympathetic to the fact that this does exist in our world. And it is made very normal, like it's normalized from a very young age and through various different situations. So whenever we become more aware of it in our own lives and where we might mimic those sorts of behaviors, it gives us an opportunity to actually change who we are, because true change will always start with us. Yes, we can ask for change at the top and we can expect and demand change from people who are in positions of power, and we should be doing that. People who are in positions of power should be to a much higher moral standard. But actually, one of the best ways that we can influence change is to actually change ourselves. So focus on where we show those behaviours, where we have maybe been on the receiving end of that and we have moulded ourselves into a specific position in order to accept support or help from someone else, or where we have been that person that's been coming along with the candy or the money and trying to bribe the person to get what we want, okay? To actually get some sort of benefit ourselves. We're going to see a much larger amount, I'm being told, come from this particular person, this politician. It's not just this. What I'm actually seeing here is that as the string is pulled, it starts this unraveling of some form of web where this is systemic and this person is how would I say it? Almost like a frequent offender, like a common offender. This is something that they do, that this is something that they've built a career out of in many regards. Is there anything else? Just that this is the first part. That's what I'm being told. This is the first major part, and that there's a lot more that's set to come. September is an important month for this person as well. So I don't know whether there is going to be something come out in September, or September is where the tables turn for them and we hear about it at a later date. But I'm being told that September is an important month, okay? So get out there into your communities, take more interest in politics, and don't underestimate the power that you have as a person. And remember that actually power can often just start within yourself. Whenever you take control of the changes you want to see in the world and you change them in your life, that will also ripple out and affect other people as well. So we're on this journey of changing the world together. And yes, it's not going to happen overnight, but Change will happen gradually, but that's okay. We can deal with gradual change. We're not in a rush. We want it better, but we don't necessarily need it to happen instantly. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. I will be coming on and recording more content and sharing more prophetic words and wisdom with you. I've a lot more visions, I'm being told, that are coming to me. So I'm going to be making a point of making sure that I'm available to actually record some content and come on here as well, okay? But it has been a pleasure to be here today. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and don't forget to hit subscribe for any other content of mine. I also write every week on Substack. You can find it in the link below. And I also am on Instagram and TikTok. And again, you can buy my book on Amazon. I'm going to link all of that below as well.